supposed to start the meeting. So
Because
that's why.
when you joined, that time I
Yeah.
had closed the session.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning,
morning, ma'am.
ma'am.
So I see that the attendance is very less.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So if people are not able to join, let's we close the book reading session.
Ma'am, how can that be possible, ma'am?
But then I
Good
am
morning, ma'am. Good
good
morning,
morning,
all.
good morning, good morning.
Ma'am, even if we are five people, we will continue with the book reading,
Okay.
ma'am.
All
Yeah.
right.
Like, it's their problem. Those who don't want to join, it's their
So
outlook,
you know
ma'am.
what happens that I'm making all the effort because 7:30 baje I should go for walk. Uh,
Yes, ma'am.
5:30 to 8:30 तक जो diabetic होते थे, like for me, he has told me to walk in that time.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
early I can't go for walk, and then after that I do go. I don't mind even going later. But if the effort is not, making mm, people to join, to regulate, then we'll change the time. We'll not go do it this time.
Yeah, we can change the time. And ma'am, we can change the time that suits you. You can do your walk also, and we can do a reading also. That's all right, ma'am.
Yeah, we can think of that.
Ma'am, yeah, but like it should be suitable to you first. You see your convenience,
No,
ma'am.
no. My convenience is this only because I finish my task and then I do whatever. Because आगे
Okay.
तो गर्मियाँ हो जाएंगी, then I'll go for walk
Agreed.
for this 7:30.
Yes,
But the
ma'am.
challenge is that if this effort is not working with people and people are not being regular, then let's we not do this effort also. We'll go with other plan. We will not do with the people who are inconsistent and who are not wanting it. Then why shall we work with them? Make
That's
sense,
also good, ma'am. That is also good, ma'am. But don't
huh?
stop reading book, ma'am. For
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
least for us,
I'm
please.
not doing that. We are already starting our personality plus. My book has come. I never had that plan.
Yeah, even my book has come, ma'am.
Yeah,
Even
it's
my
so
book has come
beautiful. I
yesterday.
have lost, I must have given my old book to somebody, but
Acha.
yeah, it's looking like I'm going to read it for the first time because there is so much of value in it. And I
Even
you,
think,
I.
ma'am, it's possible that the majority is not liking this book. That could also be a reason, ma'am.
yeah, we can stop it in between. I have no problem for that.
Ma'am, even I got it. See,
Ma'am, let's finish it, ma'am. Whatever we start, we will finish it. That's my request, ma'am.
Yeah.
Because
ma'am,
by
whether they like it or not, when you come to this class, you have to accept it. What it is my principle. When you go to the school, also some lessons we don't like, some subject we don't, but still we sit and take it.
Yeah,
But it is yeah, that is the must, ma'am. And really, I tell you that gold book is very very nice, ma'am, and
yeah.
gives you lots. People okay, people are in the luxurious life and the comfort zones. They doesn't want to come out. For them,
Yeah,
it may be
so
a little difficult.
why shall
ma'am,
we?
the knowledge, ma'am. They are missing on the knowledge. It's there, but we people, those who want
Correct.
to
That's
ma'am,
only I'm telling. See, this is the sorry. The what do you call? The gold book is giving the basic knowledge for you to develop, ma'am.
Yeah.
What I feel it.
Yeah, it is. It's every line is so
Yeah.
impactful, but people are crazy, like they don't know what they're missing on. And वही बात है जब आप फ्री में पढ़ाते हो ना तो लोगों को वैल्यू नहीं होती उनका दिल करे आए दिल करे नहीं आए so
yes,
that consistency when it doesn't come then we should pick and choose people who are really interested and then work with them why we
ma'am.
have
I've done my homework also for the weekend.
Thank you so much, Dimpi. Thank you. I always say you are the lifeline. That's why I'm continuing. Otherwise, kahi aaye, kahi gaye, how does it matter?
No,
But
no, no, ma'am.
people
Please
who
give
are,
us knowledge. Please impart us the knowledge. We are,
yeah.
yeah.
Dimpi,
So
you asked me 10 hours to do that, na? I'm untired and I can do that untiringly. But if it is not reciprocal from the students, they are not serious about their life, then we should leave them and move on. That is my point.
right, ma'am.
Because
Right.
you want to make an effort because for them maybe it's not important, but for you all who are coming regularly, it's important. They are the ones who are the serious ones. I know who are the serious ones who have taken challenges and who are, like they're really wanting to improve their life.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
few of us who are not serious, then probably it inspires me to leave them and then do make some changes so that let's we take up the serious people and work with them. That's what I have done in Personality Plus,
Yes, ma'am.
because those are the serious people who are paying for it and who are really interested and they are regular. But I thank you each one who is, even if not paying and coming regularly, it's equally important to me. So let's come on. कोई बात नहीं है. 7:51. We might read more. We will not discuss things and we'll come and read, discuss the book and then go ahead. Let's we begin with the prayer. Everyone sit straight, close your eyes. Put your hands on your heart and give me a smile. A daily prayer for divine blessings. Beloved Divine Father, Mother, let your divine light fill my mind with wisdom and discernment. Let your divine love fill my heart with sweetness, warmness, and compassion for all. Let your divine power fill me with inner strength to do what is right and to refrain from unwholesome actions and behaviors. Beloved Divine Mother, gaze upon me, your beloved child, with mercy, love, kindness, and abundance. For thou art all compassionate. Thank you for your protection and thank you for your love. And now is the time to remember one person whose thought is troubling you, whose thought is giving you pain, who is shaking your soul. Imagine that person is standing in front of you. Look into the eyes of that person and say, Atma, Namaste. I, the soul, salute the divinity in you. We are all children of Supreme God. We all make mistakes. We are all evolving. I forgive you and seek for your forgiveness at all levels. Go in peace. May you be blessed with good health, happiness, prosperity, and spirituality. Take a deep breath. Om Shanti. 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 Om. Rub this forgiveness energy in your hands. Put it where you're feeling discomfort. While touching there, say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
என்ன பிடிச்சிட்டியா தண்ணி பிடிச்சிட்டா அந்த வாஷிங் மிஷின்ல போய் ஏதோ காயின் போயிருக்கு.
Open your eyes and let's start reading a book. Make a plan. Okay, Dimpy has done the homework. Make the list of the most important people in your work and business life. Develop a plan to help each person in some way. Yes?
Yes, ma'am. Shall I start, ma'am?
Yeah?
Yeah. Ma'am, the 10 most important in my life first is myself, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the most important person in my life. I have learned self-love, due to which I was neglecting earlier and I suffered. I'm going to pamper myself physically and spiritually. I'm going to be the master of my mind. This is the relationship I want to have with myself, ma'am.
Beautiful.
And second is my son. We'll start cooking one thing a day for him and show him more affection and appreciation for all that he has done in his life for me. So much for the family. We share a special bond which no one can break, but I have to work on it and not take him for granted. I have a soul connection with him.
Wonderful.
My daughter, I will continue doing all that I can for her till my last breath and be that special support always for her. We have a soul connection from previous births. I think she was my mother in my past births,
Wow.
who still pampers me like a little baby, and anything I set my eyes on, she gets it for me. Thank you, my dear children, and thank you, universe, for giving me such beautiful children, such lovely children. And thank you to my husband, because of whom I have got these children in my this life.
Beautiful.
My daughter-in-law, I want to do more and more for her all the time. Want her to be more open with me. For that, I'm planning to go out with her for lunches and all and spend some quality time with her.
Very nice.
Ma'am, my grandchildren, I want to be the best Nani and Dadi for my Inayat and Avira.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to pamper with them gifts, take them out for a day out once they are little grown up. And I enjoy playing with them, buying toys for them. And ma'am, then my son-in-law, ma'am. We share a special bond. He is my son from another mother. And I want to give him lots and lots of love and want to share a relationship which no mother-in-law and son-in-law have ever had. I mean, for that, ma'am, I try talking to him, even if I don't
The
get to meet him,
voice is
try talking
gone.
to him after every 2, 3 days and just ask him how he's feeling and all, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, ma'am, we can hear you.
Why can't I hear you? I've done some mistake.
So inspiring. So inspiring.
This was like I was sitting out in the sun yesterday, Praveenji, and I was like, it was coming from my heart what I was writing.
That means universe has passed you all the things to you, ma'am.
In fact, it is
Directly to you. Directly. Direct.
Very
Answer.
nice, Dimpy ji.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Asha ji.
it is a message for we all.
Yes, correct.
It is worth replicating as our task
मेरी
also.
आवाज भी आ गई, सबकी आ गई?
हाँ जी, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. We got it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So, ma'am, did you hear the last bit?
No, go for the last one because then it had gone.
The son-in-law, na, ma'am. I was on my side.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We share a special bond. He is my son from another mother.
Beautiful.
I want to give him a lot of love, and want to share a relationship which no mother-in-law and son-in-law have ever had. And
Wow.
ma'am, what I do is after every second or third day, ma'am, try to call him up and ask him how he is, and normally, generally talking and discussing things. Then, ma'am, I ask him that how I hope everything is all good between you two and all. So, ma'am, all that, ma'am, and that he's very fond of non-veg. So try sending, ma'am, something non-veg for him once in a while.
Wonderful, wonderful. You're so courteous. You're a beautiful soul, basically. And who's so thoughtful for so many things.
Yeah, ma'am, but one thing, ma'am, I must tell you, this basic love was there, but after the session, now, ma'am, this compassion has increased. Remember, ma'am, what you taught us, that you give love and you will get love in return.
Yes,
Ma'am, that's happening. So one is giving lot of love and getting lot of love if, in return from everybody.
yes, yes. We
Yes,
ask people to give it, but the moment we start giving it, it's
yes,
it magnifies, it like first of all, you become expressive. You had pulled yourself so much that and honestly speaking, we are not taught all this. If we were taught, you would have learned it full times. But
yes, ma'am.
because we are not taught, that's why we didn't do it. So nothing wrong. And definitely, for me to understand is that when we are not taught, that means our parents are also not taught.
Yes, ma'am.
So nothing wrong.
Yeah, ma'am.
There's
Yes, ma'am.
so much
And
learnable.
yes, ma'am. And ma'am, with the results, like, you can feel the change in the relationships. You're getting so much of everything.
Trust bank account.
Yeah, really, ma'am. And thank you so much, ma'am, for this realization, because the love factor was there, but we were probably not expressing it, or maybe not, ma'am, like not taking it out, ma'am.
Yeah.
So this
But
is,
this journey starts with self-love first.
yes, ma'am. That's what I wrote in the beginning
Yeah.
now, ma'am.
Yeah.
Because you told us that if we don't love ourselves, how can we love others? And
Yeah.
how can they love us?
Others love us. Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Exactly. So this is such a beautiful understanding. And if we work only on this for the rest of our life, you can't believe. Like you love everybody unconditionally without expecting anything from them.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's how our relationships are built on. And you're bang on it. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for
Thank you, ma'am. And ma'am, thanks to you for bringing this in us, ma'am.
exactly.
Teaching us all this, teaching us the right. I mean, this is the crux of life, ma'am. And yes, ma'am. And thank you so much, ma'am, for being there in our lives and teaching us, ma'am.
Thank you.
We
And
cannot, we cannot think of a morning without you, ma'am.
no,
Without you
thank you so much
giving
for
us
that
all
love.
the knowledge.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Imagine, Dimpy, if you were not read this chapter, if you were not doing this exercise, would you have the realization you had it now?
True, ma'am. I was about to say, ma'am, that had I not, I mean, these people were there, but never thought that they were so important that I had to work on them, ma'am.
Yeah. And then when you have this realization, and then you people have these bondings, they're like, this life is before most beautiful because you've cut all your karmic accounts. Like you're telling about your husband. You must have not ever said these words for him.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And I'm listening it for the first time, and I'm so glad that that realization has come. And unfortunately, Dimpy, my experience, I was not taught, and my
Mm.
husband died in 2009. Though I was reading books, but somehow life was on a toll. You have to work, you have to deal with people, and then your family. If I was knowing that then, I could have saved so many relationships.
True, ma'am. True.
Only I didn't know it. That's why my main focus is through you to reach your children because as you said, that the way you are doing to them, they are finding difference in you, and they are asking you to develop that kind of bonding, that kind of resiliency, so that uh, they feel that, as your son said, do it with your granddaughter.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, day before was the annual day, and my son said, "Mom, would you like to come with us for the annual day function?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "मैं चलूंगी. Inayat is performing, और मैं सीटी भी बजाऊंगी." So, ma'am, I went for the. She performed very well, and then we went out for lunch and all. And ma'am, I was like dancing away. I think I was the only dadi who was there dancing away.
How beautiful, how beautiful. I mean, there is so much to work on the society, Dippy. There is so
Yes.
much to work. It's endless. I'm telling you, even if I get 10 hours to work, I don't mind. But
Hmm.
I need serious people who are not just, rolling around. That's their karmic account, nothing wrong. But then uh, the momentum is when we are more people making use of what we are doing, right?
Yes. Right, ma'am.
All right, that's great enough. And look at everyone that if Dimpy can do it, you all can do it, but you haven't done it. So,
Ma'am, I have written its few of it.
okay, go ahead, Ranu. Thank you for doing it.
Okay. Sure, ma'am. Thank you, universe, that I'm happy and saying sorry for everything what happened, and sharing. I'm pouring my heart of love towards my parents and towards my all family members. Thank you for listening. What was there in the past and present, which is carrying a small part of happiness for my father, and teaching him and learning lot from him so that I can move forward in my life. He has given me lot of things which I neglected, though I accept the things now and consider a thing in a present way that what he likes to tell me to move forward in my life. Thank you, universe, giving me lot of love for myself, pampering my own self, and saying not saying any negative statement from today onwards, and moving forward with the people around me with the positive attitude and with the positive statements.
Wonderful.
Thank you, universe, that I am serving love to my relations which I have within me, without me, or around me.
Beautiful.
Thank you, universe. That ma'am, yesterday my Tayaji got expired, so I've written something from him also. Today
Mhm.
I'll be going in that thing. Thank you, Tayaji. If I've done something wrong or happened in the past, I really say sorry for that. I bow my head in front of you and give you lot of love and to your family and the strength as a sister, because I am the elder sister in my house. So, giving them a lot of love and a lot of respect. That is it, ma'am, that I have written.
Excellent. Imagine now what I was saying before, what she wants to say her Tayaji today when the soul is no more. It is not that valuable. It is valuable, not that valuable. Don't take me wrong. Because when I remember when I was sitting with my father, even my husband when he was leaving the world, I gave them so much solace, telling them you are the best, you've done amazing things, you're the best father, the way you have worked hard. That gave him what, and that all gave that what my husband. Otherwise, my husband didn't deserve anything such, to be honest. There was nothing of that sort. But whatever was done, even then, there were so many things to be grateful for. I did my job. As Renu, you did that job. Even if you've written, it's valuable. But we should remember that when the person is alive, When then you
Ma'am,
do,
yeah, ma'am. The best lesson what I have learned yesterday is, ma'am, the moment I got this message, the thing which I've really learned was this, that not to hold the things which are grudges. It's better
yeah,
to leave them that time,
yeah,
and it's better to go and give your small, small steps and love to each and every person.
exactly,
Make them happy the moment they are with you.
exactly, exactly.
That's a basic thing which was little. I can understand that we carry grudges lot of time.
Yeah,
Something has been done. Why I'll talk to that person? He might have done this so
because
many
we
years
are
back.
unaware. We
Yes,
are unaware that we have karmic accounts. What you have given to anyone on the earth, they have to meet you again and give you back for sure. You cannot escape. None of us can escape. So, what happens that we meet all those people, somebody you've given love in the past, they come and love you so much. Somebody you've given anger, they come back and give you the anger. And when we don't understand this real spirituality, we make more karmic accounts. And we are making karmic accounts even if we don't express hatred or love. We are doing all that while thinking. It's not the karmic account is made just with behaving. That's the end result. What made you to take that action is all in your thoughts. So what vibrations are you sending to one person? They all have to multiply because of the law of attraction and then get back to you because you were the source. This universe has got all full of negative and positive frequencies. So whatever you're giving out, that has to get back to you for sure. Nothing less, nothing more. But definitely, when it goes to the universe, for example, when we throw the ball to the universe, the ball comes back to us. And when it hits back to us, it's more harsher, more harder, because the gravity of the force is the earth. It gets back to the earth. And when it gets back to the earth, imagine that same thought is a ball, is an apple you're throwing above in the sky. And when you attract it back, it carries all the frequencies of the universe and then it's thrown to you. That's how people who are struggling, that's how they're missing on this, master ingredient, that then they say, मैंने इस लाइफ में तो कुछ किया ही नहीं. You heard many people saying, even I used to say the same thing, कि I was so happy go lucky soul, मैंने तो कुछ नहीं किया. तो जो मुझे मिला वो कैसे मिला फिर जब मैंने कुछ दिया ही नहीं. Then the story relates to the old part of our life, many lives when we go back, that one of the lives we did the same to them and they've come back to give it back to us. So it makes us scary that now if we make these karmic accounts, how our next life is going to be. That makes us understand in reality that we should be more careful. The more we are careful, even in our thinking, we'll take many lives to reach to that level where we all need to reach. But at least we have begun the journey. So keep going. We all are on track. And let's read the chapter Make a Plan of Action. Now you understood what to do, what you want to do. And now is the time to make an action plan. How do we make action plan? We'll read in this chapter. Thoroughness characterizes all successful men. Thoroughness characterizes all successful men. Genius is the art of taking infinite pains. All great achievements has been characterized by extreme care, infinite painstaking, even to the minutest level detail. It's very profound for us to understand. Thoroughness characterizes all successful men. Genius is the art of taking infinite pains. All great achievements has been characterized by extreme care and infinite painstaking, even to the minutest detail. सो कल इसको अपने अपने लफ्जों में ना इसको समझ के इसका मीनिंग लिख के लेके आना. Everybody has got the book. Everybody will perceive from their perspective. This is Albert Hubbard. So he even answers Brian from his perspective that your ability to set goals and make plans for their accomplishment is the master skill of success. No other skill will help you more in fulfilling your potential in achieving everything that you are able to accomplish. All major accomplishments today are multitask jobs. They consist of a series of steps that must be taken in a particular way in order to accomplish a result of any significance. Even something as simple as preparing a dish in the kitchen with a recipe is a multitask job. Your ability to master the skill of planning and completing multitask jobs will enable you to accomplish vastly more than most people and is critical to your success. So many people don't do all this, but who are doing, they have an extraordinary success. The purpose of planning is to enable you to turn your major definite purpose into a planned, multitask project with specific steps. What are they? A beginning, middle, and the end, with clear deadlines and sub deadlines. Fortunately, this is a skill that you can learn and master with practice. This skill will make you one of the most effective and influential people in your business or organization. And the more you practice it, the better you will get of it. कितना मतलब एक एक वर्ड को ऐसे एक्सप्लेन किया है कि तुम सक्सेसफुल होने से बच ही नहीं पाओगे अगर आपने इसको फॉलो कर लिया. Putting your plan together. Fortunately, in the previous chapters, you've identified and assembled all the ingredients necessary to create a plan for the achievement of one or more of your goals. So you now have a clear vision of your ideal end result or goal based on your values. You know what you want and why you want it. I wouldn't have been a person who I am today. It was never my strength to start something and finish it. You know that? I will start so many things and I'll drop them in between and move on to something else. Because my characteristic of my personality is I love new things, even if the old ones are not completed. So I developed this personality characteristic in me, and that's how I could finish so many things in my life. Okay? So you have written out your goals, organized them by priority, and selected your major definite purpose. You have created measures and standards to track your progress. You have set the deadlines and the sub deadlines as targets to aim at. You have identified the key obstacles, difficulties, and constraints that stand between you and your goal and organize them by priority. You have identified the essential knowledge and skills that you will require to achieve your goal. You organize these competencies by priority and developed a plan to learn what you need to learn to accomplish what you have decided to accomplish. You have identified the people, groups, and organization whose help will cooperation, whose help and cooperation you will require both inside and outside your business. You have decided on the specific steps you are going to take to earn the support and the assistance of these people in achieving your goals. Throughout this process, you have written and taken notes so that you now possess the raw material and tools for the creation of a plan of accomplishments. Now tell me, people who have not done it, do you think they can you move forward? No way. They are those people who are just reading for the heck of it, not making use of it. So now you're ready to put it all together into a plan of action. So, what's that? The planning process is essential. Sometimes ago, in this magazine, conducted a study of 50 startup companies. Half of these companies had spent several months and even more to develop complete business plans before they began operations. The other half of this group had started without detailed business plans and was simply reacting to events as they occurred in the day-to-day operations of the business. 2 to 3 years later, the researchers went back to determine the levels of success and profitability of these companies. What they found was quite interesting. The companies that had started operations with clear written business plans, carefully thought through and detailed in every respect, were vastly more successful and profitable than those companies that had started spontaneously and had made things up as they went along. The companies that had started on the back of an envelope were the founders were too busy to sit down and do the detailed work of strategic planning, were almost all floundering. Many of them were already bankrupt and had gone out of business. This is already happening in our day to day life. You will see many people very unsuccessful because they have not done any preparation. They were just going with how the things were coming to them. So that's not the real plan of life. Until you have a real plan, then only you can walk on the path. Even then, you will be unsuccessful at some points. But then you know that you have all the second, third gears. You can change, make a difference in the plan, and then move forward. But at least you have a plan than people who don't have it. The planning process was the key. Here was the most interesting discovery. When researchers interviewed the business founders, they asked them, how often do you refer to your strategic plan in the day to day operations of your business? In almost every case, the entrepreneurs and executives running the business had not looked at the strategic plan since it had been completed some months ago. Once it was done, they put it in a drawer and seldom revisited it until the following year, when they went through the strategic planning process again. The most important finding was this: the plan itself was seldom referred to, but the process of thinking through the key elements of the business was vital to their success. So, it doesn't mean that you need to visit it time and again, but once you direct your subconscious mind to make things happen the way it was strategically planned on the paper, the mind will automatically make you to do such things. This is what has been referred here. So, planning payoff. General Dwight D. Eisenhower, after the successful invasion of Normandy in World War II, was asked about the detailed planning process that went into the invasion. He said, the plans were useless, but the planning was indispensable. How important line it is. The plans were useless, but the planning was indispensable. It's not been marked, and I found it very good to understand. It is the exercise of working through and discussing every key element of the business plan that is more important than any other step at the beginning. This is why Alec McNice, the time management expert, said action without planning is the cause of every failure. Can you believe it? Action without planning is the cause of every failure. An old military axiom says no plan ever survives first contact with the enemy. No plan ever survives first contact with the enemy. From the first day that you begin actual business operations, the situations will change so rapidly that your plan will become obsolete in many respects within a few days or even a few hours. But it is the process of planning that is most important. Scott McNeely of Sun Microsystems says in a startup business, you have to throw out all assumptions every 3 weeks. Now you understand, Geeta? That is what is very important to understand, that in a startup business, you have to throw out all assumptions, because assumptions are what is in your mind. But when you practically act on it, you understand it's going to work or not. The basis of all great achievements. Next topic. All successful people work from written plans. The great human achievements of mankind, from the building of the pyramids to the great industrial operations of the modern age, were preceded by and accompanied by detailed plans, carefully designed and thought through from beginning to end before they begin. That is why you ever heard me, everyone? Begin with the end in mind. If you don't know where you want to go, where you are going, you will never reach where you really are supposed to reach. So, in fact, every minute spent in planning saves 10 minutes in execution. Every minute that you spend planning and thinking before you begin will save your time, money, and energy in getting the results you desire. This is why it is said that failing to plan is planning to fail. How powerful! Failing to plan is planning to fail. Planning saves time and expense. The number one person for failure is action without planning. People who say that they are too busy to plan in advance must be prepared for unnecessary mistakes and great losses of time, money, and energy. It is said that every new business startup is a race against time. From the first day, the company founders are scrambling to find a way to make more money than it costs to stay in business. If they figure out the profit model and begin generating revenues in excess of cost before the money runs out, the business can turn the corner and succeed. But if the money runs out before they figure out how to make more profits than losses, the company, like a plane in a dive, will crash and burn. How much of a clarity this book can give us? How much of a clarity? The formula for success. There is a 6P formula for personal and business success. That is, proper prior planning prevents poor performance. बताओ क्या बताए ब्रायन इससे ज्यादा हमको? There are 7 advantages to proper prior planning. First, the planning process forces you to organize your thinking and identify all the key issues that must be dealt with if you are ultimately going to be successful. Second, thinking through what you must do to accomplish your goals enables you to plan your actions carefully before you begin, thereby saving your enormous cost in time, people, and money. Third, a good plan, thoroughly discussed and evaluated, enables you to identify flaws and errors that could prove fatal to your business later on. It enables you to ask, what if questions? For example, what are the worst possible things that could happen if you were to take a particular course of action? So, the fourth benefit of proper prior planning is that it enables you to identify weaknesses in your plan and make proper visions to compensate for those weaknesses. Often, you can identify a fatal flaw that would lead to the failure of the enterprise. This is only possible by going through the planning process. Fifth, planning enables you to identify strengths and potential opportunities that you can take advantage of to increase the likelihood of success. Often, you will be unaware of your particular strengths or the opportunities that exist in the situation before you go through the planning process. The sixth benefit is planning is that planning is that it enables you to focus your time and money and concentrate all of your resources on the one or two objectives that you must achieve to make an enterprise successful. In the absence of clear focus and concentration, you will tend to spread your energies over a wide area and accomplish very little. The seventh benefit of proper planning is that it will inevitably save you hours, weeks, and months of confusion, mistakes, and loss of both money and energy. So, if you are taught so much that what is the benefit, what is the um, loss of not doing it, it can save so much of your time, and you will achieve bigger success in the short while. So, you can get there from here. Are we done? Time? Okay, we will read the next tomorrow. It's already 8:33. Yeah.
Madam, whatever you have read today,
Yeah.
in my third professional corporate inning, I'm trying to practice all these things.
Wonderful.
The default I'm doing because it was in my habit. Because when I'm taken as a senior, I have to create an impact, and all these things are necessary.
Exactly. And I'm
Yeah.
sure even if you've read many books, Praveen, this
Yeah.
book must transform your results.
It is a guaranteed way, guaranteed way.
A guaranteed way. So true.
So as I did last time, you said, "No, begin with the end in mind. Be proactive."
Yeah,
Stephen Covey.
exactly.
Yeah.
So can you believe that I can do much more with this book than just what I'm reading? I can give you so many plans to learn and practice it each day. But the challenge is I don't have enough people serious about it. You understand? So I have to uh, shift my practices, what I'm doing, to something different. I'm not going to stop it, but I'm going to bring in now the book Magic only. For the rest of my life, I'll be reading this. Every first of it, I'll begin with magic. That practice is also very powerful. And I will end each month. And then again, I will start with magic because we need to master what we read. And people who are coming in Personality Plus, I'm definitely going to give them much, much extra. That is my planning because after our wealth in 365 days, we'll go to relationships. And if you're not read this book after 1 month, your results multiply by hundreds and hundreds of times if you work with relationships. You see how I'm working hard in 365 days, even for wealth. What I'm giving you, is it possible in the same price? Charging you less than even the monthly charges and giving you even more. Is why? Because I see that serious people are there only who are wanting to change, who don't want to change, I'll keep reading one book.
It is priceless, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Every day, even to lead a everyday life, with this we need planning. Early morning or before going to bed, we have to plan for the next day. Otherwise, it will become a havoc.
But Asha,
Mm,
honestly speaking, it's not everybody's strength. When you'll read this book, you will understand.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes,
So it
yes,
doesn't
ma'am.
matter because I understand that's their weakness. But it's been, I think I'm reading past 6 months. And when I see people are not serious, that diverts me that probably my effort should go to more people who are just serious.
That is true, madam.
Not,
Any effort should not go waste.
yeah. So those hopping in people, they don't need more. So I'm not going to give them more. I've got this message from the universe that you don't deal with those people who are not serious. People who are
Now,
so,
as you said, consistency is more important to do any work,
but initially I understand
anything.
somebody can't do consistently. Initially, I understand that
Mm,
weakness also because this book has
yes,
made me understand humanity on a very big level. But then
yes,
I will work with those only who are serious. Simple.
true, madam. True.
Who want to only keep in, hopping out, they will keep on reading one book. Even that book will transform them. It doesn't matter. I know that book is very powerful. So that's what is my plan now. Because that's my passion. I'm doing it for my own passion. But as many people make benefit of it, I'm grateful to them. And I'm grateful for those who are not changing, is not in their destiny.
And madam, we take it like this. Somebody else reading for you with all mental involvement, giving punch, pauses, modulation, explaining, making them understand. It is I have never seen anywhere.
Mhm.
And in our life, we learn only few bunch of things.
Yeah.
And when you read one book for us, and suppose there are 10 chapters,
Hmm.
and we learn small things, important things from those 10 chapters. तो our learning gets multiplied. Means हमने एक लाइफ में 5-7 चीजें सीखी और
Exactly.
आपने 25 सिखा दी तो वन बुक इज इक्वल टू लिविंग 5 more lives. आदमी
Yeah.
सीखता कहाँ है मैडम? आदमी सीखता कहाँ है? वो तो
Yeah.
बहता रहता है फ्लो में.
Yeah. Yeah.
तो योर रीडिंग इज टेकिंग making our level 2 stronger. I will tell in my case, it is making, I am making eye contact. In fact, I have habit of thinking, seeing somewhere else while talking.
That's
So,
okay.
so the new learning, that is the incremental. My learning circle is increasing for new learning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And few of the things are coming to, that is level 1. And few of the things are getting reinforced.
Yeah.
My
True.
older points are getting reinforced. So there I'm going to level 2.
True.
And where I was already good, that is taking going to level 3.
Wonderful.
So
Wonderful.
you said a thoroughness in planning,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm doing this just by default, and I'm getting huge success. And coming back to the begin with the end in mind,
Yeah.
and what people used to do on day one in training program, I started doing 10 days before my training program with
That,
trainees.
that was
With
amazing.
trainees.
Yeah.
तो जो उनको 4 से 7 में करना था, जो उनको 4 to 7 फेब में करना था, वो मैंने उनको 24 फेब से 24 जैन से स्टार्ट कर दिया.
Wonderful.
And the result was 100% strike rate. Everybody improved. Our nation was happy.
So
And
imagine,
this
I'm so,
it has never happened in company.
I'm so grateful to you because you feel so good that not only he's changing himself, he's changing the lives of so many, which is so important. And the way he's doing, even at this age, is so precious. And you know what? You have many trainers, but they have not experienced the life with the age. Let's say they are younger ones. We find them they are better than us because they have enthusiasm. What we lose is enthusiasm. Praveen had lost the enthusiasm because of his difficulties in his life. What happened? The moment we really don't need anyone with us. If we are one enough. So all that practically you've implemented in you, and you're changing so many lives you're going to change in the future as long as you're alive, is priceless.
Because my objective is, if there are 20 people in my batch, my objective is to 20 families should be happy.
Exactly. Look at
Because
that.
because
Look at the vision.
because corporate world is tough.
Yeah.
Those people at 20 years of age, 24, 25, 27, they
Yeah.
should not struggle. And coming back to your contribution, so when you
Good
are
thought.
teaching, one soul is teaching to another. When we see training videos, even those videos do not create the impact, because your mind, your mental energy, your neurotransmitters are coming in our brain, and they're finding a place. Reading the line, explaining it in your words with punch, pauses, modulation. It is, I've never seen in anywhere. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That peps up my soul, because you want those kind of results. What you're giving me is pushing me to walk on my path. But then, with special people, something even more special. That is what is a message to my soul. So we are going to create a miracle in our lives. Let's we not think of others. But when you go beyond that, it's like icing on the cake.
Right.
Seriously, listening to one
Your voice is gone. I think her connection is lost. Definitely, Praveen, you keep going on. I think this was my dream, to teach this to youngsters. And the way you are doing it, you are actually a melancholy person through because of this book uh, knowledge. You you have been always planned person. And the way you have come up with the PPTs you must be making are going to be mind blowing, and the knowledge you are gaining and absorbing. Everybody is getting the knowledge, but the absorption, like blotting paper is much absorption, wala. The way you're doing it, I'm so glad, and it gives me so much happiness and joy. Keep going, you're right on.
People in organization said कि life में पहली बार पढ़ने में मजा आ रहा है.
Ah, exactly, exactly.
Because medical science is difficult, na?
Yeah, definitely.
Words are difficult. Otherwise, everything is logical. So I'm making it easy for them.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So,
Your
so
learning
thank
of
you very much
ages
for this.
old time, you mentioned years, that learning now is giving you the real rewards. That
Yes.
peaceful soul you are.
Uh, I
Yes,
want to share one thing. My Guruji also told I can start teaching from 1st April. He's going
Very
to
nice.
start the classes. He said, you can start along with me. He said he will allot some 15 minutes for me to take up the classes.
wonderful,
Mm.
wonderful. So
That
you're
is
getting the
about,
directions.
yeah, not on this spiritual line, not on the subject wise, like
Mhm.
Swaravignan and what I have learned about increasing our stamina and resilience and how
Wonderful.
to cope up with the situations. So
Hmm.
he said to take up class for 15 minutes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Good news, Asha ji.
Yeah, very
So,
good.
madam, please permit me to leave with
Ah,
my
sure.
concluding feelings. So, thank you very much for reinforcing uh, my own viewpoints, and
One
thank you, Dimpy ji. Thank you, Dimpy ji, for speaking your
point.
action plan for your family. So, thank you, sir.
Was
I have
very,
Thank
to,
you. Thank you, Praveer
I
ji.
have to
very
prepare. I have to
encouraging.
prepare for office. I have to get ready for office. So, madam,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
leave.
All the best. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
All right, each one, thank you so much for joining each day and learning and pushing me to walk on my path, which is giving you results. So, as Dimpy said, maybe char panch bhi ho to hum karenge. I'm
Yes,
okay with you.
yes, ma'am. Absolutely, ma'am. We request you, and we are very, very thankful to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Put
We'll
together.
end.
whether it is one or whether it is four or whether it is five.
No,
We are there for you and you are there for us.
yeah, we are. I'm totally there for you all. And the plan I'm bringing in, I think it'll be easier for ordinary people to understand because here I'm reading extraordinary book. People are not even reading the basics. So for them to understand is definitely difficult. So we need to change our plan. But then I'll be reading one book only. I'll make people to master that. For 1 year, I will not change any book for people who are coming here. We'll be reading time and again with my knowledge, how I implemented that book in my life is incredible, the one I'm going to read. It has the power for each one of us to create more miraculous life, rather, most miraculous life. We'll go with that. I was not reading that book. That was on my mind, but now universe has guided me to go with that. Let's see how this plan goes. We keep changing our plans. That is the strategy of success. All right. Okay, then. Have a
Thank
great
you,
day.
ma'am.
God
You,
bless
ma'am.
you. I
Thank
love you.
you.